first day in high institution can really be very funny. You almost know where exactly to keep your things, where to go from where you are, how to locate your faculty, how to locate your classroom, and things to really do on your first semester. You're like, okay, now that I'm in school, what do I do? Okay, so that's the reason I'm doing this video, because I've been there and I understand the drama of being a fresher, the drama of being in year one. So I want to share with you some of the things you can do on your first day in school or your first semester or as a fresher generally. So ride with me. First, you have to put in place what your passion is, what your focus is, what you want to achieve as a student, what's your foremost goal. You really have to end before you begin. So tell yourself, okay, I want to graduate with first class or second class or third class. It's up to you. What do you want to graduate with? Then when you put your goal in place, next thing will be to ask yourself, what do I need to do to achieve these goals? Who do I need to relate with? Do I need to make friends who are intelligent? Do I need to get to meet people, interact with people? Now, you may not be very fast with interacting with people because you are probably still very reserved and try to, check out the environment and really know who is who. But the most foremost thing is to find out books that you will need, materials you will need, so that you can get them ahead of time. Now, another thing that you do with time is to get to relate with your senior colleagues. Now, the reason you need that relationship is that they've gone through the class that you are currently in, and they could give you some tips that would help you. So you could get those friends, those senior colleague friends, and begin to ask them questions, get their previous textbooks, and study ahead of each semester. Probably at the end of each, let's say this semester is ending, you could get textbooks of the next semester from them and start studying ahead of time. That's where you'll be ahead of both lecturers and fellow students. You can also get past questions from them and read ahead of time. When you do that, you're going to be far ahead, and preparing for exam is going to be very easy. The next thing that you may need to do, depending on what your goal is to get into authority in school. Now, this is going to happen with time, not immediately, but you could be the class rep, you could be the assistant course rep, you could be departmental executive, or something that would help you to make a positive change in school, because you don't just want to pass through school, you also want school to pass through you. So you want to experience the school and also make your personal contribution, give back to the school, and to be more easier to give back to the school when you are in position of authority, when you are a leader. Next thing that you need to consider doing is to give yourself a timetable. Produce a timetable. I know most of us, we do this in secondary school, growing up and all that. But you also need to carry it on, because high institution is such a place that there is freedom, but at the same time, there are many limitations. So you have to create your own timetable that helps you study, because nobody's going to pursue you around, come to class, come to lecture. In fact, some lectures will tell you, this class is not compulsory. It's not like secondary school that the teacher must insist you stay in the class. You can actually work out on the lecturer. You can actually not attend the classes until a day of exam. It's up to you. So if you know that you came to learn, to be better, to acquire the certificate and move to the next level of your life, then you do everything needful to achieve that. Now, what do? You create your own timetable when you need to study, when you need to read. You can get study mates too that will, help you, and you can, share the positive energy together to do what needs done. When you do that, you would always be ahead. You will discover that you always be ahead of lecturers and students in your study, and it will also help you to be disciplined, because you are not waiting for school exam timetable to be out before you start reading. You read from the word go. Next is the issue of lectures. In your secondary school, the teacher takes all the time to teach you, to ask you, do you understand? And you say no. She will take all the time and pamper you and make you understand. It's different in high institution. You're going to have lecturers who are mean, come into lecture hall, talk like they're in their bedrooms, and walk away after 30 minutes or an hour, and they're done. Okay? So one of the things you can do for yourself is to always get to lecture hall on time and sit at the front row if possible. Now, you can also take notes while the lecturer is lecturing, because you may not get everything at the same time. Now, another thing that you can also do is to voice record the lecture. if you have a smartphone, of course you should, you record the classes so that when you get back to your hostel, you will listen to them and read along your notes. It will help you assimilate more the things that you've learned. A lot of things to talk about, but time will fail me, so I'm going to stop here. In the next video, I'm going to deal with the pressure of bully, peer pressure, cultism. Oh, now I know that's a scary thing to talk about, but we're going to deal with that in the next video. And we're also going to talk about dealing with mean lecturers. I mean, some lecturers are just obviously mean, and we're going to talk about how to deal with them so that you can gingerly pass through higher institution unscratched. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. I'm super excited. Thank you so much for your likes. If you've not subscribed to my channel, please do so. Let's make these videos go viral, and I'll see you in the next video.